Hello, today I have a Gear Chronicle Time Leap deck profile here. So, let's just get right into it. So, the starting Vanguard we use is Chrono Dragon. So, Forerunner, when a unit of the same clan rides this unit, you may call this unit to the rear guard. And then the skill that you really want to use, Generation Break 1, put this card into your soul. When this unit is placed in your bind zone from the rear guard, you may pay the cost, and if you do, search your deck for one grade 3 or greater Chrono Jet card in its name, call it to rear guard, shuffle your deck, and at the end of that turn, return the unit called with this effect to your hand. So yeah, Chrono Dragon's pretty good. He gets a lot of combos, especially with Metallica Phoenix here, along with a lot of other cards. You can do some pretty fun combos with him. For grade 3s, 3 Chrono Jet Dragon. I picked all the hollow Chrono Jet Dragons I had. So his first skill is Generation Break 2. When this unit attacks a Vanguard until the end of that battle, this unit gets plus 5,000, and your opponent can't call grade 2 or greater units from the hand to guard. And then his other skill, flip 1 damage during your turn. When your G unit strides on this unit, you may pay the cost, and if you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and your opponent puts that unit on the bottom of his or her deck. This is the main card you want to go for on the Vanguard circle. Chrono Jet Dragon's pretty much the heart and soul of the Gear Chronicle deck. The second grade 3 is Reform Calling Gear Eagle. His first skill is Time Leap, Generation Break 1. When this unit's attack, and this is while he's on the rear guard. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Chronos command in its card name, choose up to one of your other rear guards and Time Leap it. Pretty simple. And then its Vanguard skill. When a G unit called Chronos command strides, this turn you may pay the cost, and if you do, look at the top 10 cards of your deck, search for up to 2 cards with Time Leap, and add them to your hand. So yeah, he's a pretty good card, especially if you are using the Chronos command variant of the deck, which is pretty much the cheaper version of Gear Chronicle at the moment. Grade 2s. 1 Clock Fencer. Now, Clock Fencer was hyped up once it was announced. However, he turned out to not be as good as people thought he would be. So, Time Leap skill, Generation Break 1. When this unit is placed on rear guard from hand, choose up to one of your other rear guards and Time Leap it. And that's simple. Now for his infinitely better version, History Maker Dragon. Time Leap, Generation Break 1. When this... got a little dark there. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost, and if you do, choose up to one of your other rear guards and Time Leap it. Oh yeah, you flip 1 damage over 2 in order to use it. As I said, he's infinitely better than Clock Fencer because you can continue to use this. The attack doesn't even have to hit your opponent's Vanguard in order to use this. And he also doesn't need to be boosted either, which is also nice. Two Steam Fighter Ambers. Generation Break 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if this unit is boosted, you may pay the cost, and if you do, choose up to one of your opponent's grade 2 or less rearguards, and your opponent puts that unit at the bottom of his or her deck. Pretty simple. 2 Steam Knight Lugal. Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1. When this unit is placed on rearguard, you may pay the cost, and if you do, until the end of turn, this unit gets plus 2,000 and a new skill. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, until the end of that battle, your opponent can't call grade 0s from hand to guard. So he's kind of like a Silent Tom for the deck, which is good. Steam Maiden Miranda, this Generation Break 1. When this unit is placed on the rear guard, this unit gets plus 4,000 until the end of turn. She's a pretty good card despite being from the trial deck. So yeah, and since there's a lot of time leaping going on in this deck, you can get to her a lot. Plus, it also doesn't have to be called from the deck in order to get her skill, which is nice. Grade 1s. We've got a 3 Time Break Dragon. It's a Time Leap Generation Break 1. When this unit is placed on rearguard from hand, choose up to one of your other rearguards and Time Leap it. He's pretty much the grade 1 version of Clock Fencer. 3 Steam Breath Dragon. This one is used to... Okay, let's see. You can place him on a rearguard circle, reveal a grade 3 unit in your hand, and then you can look through your deck for a Chrono Jet card, and then discard one card. Look for a Chrono Jet card, add it to your hand, and then discard another card from your hand. And then, while it's in the hand, when paying for a stride, this unit gets plus 2 grades, so yeah, that's mainly what it's used for. Four perfect cards. I don't have enough money to afford the actual good perfect card. Heirloom, I believe is what it's called. So I'm currently just using the trial deck perfect cards, and it works out for me enough. We got Steam Scara Gigi. Soul Blast 2 cards when it's placed on rearguard. You may pay the cost, and if you do, you can draw a card. You only run one of it because of Time Leap. In fact, I've got a few one-of grade 1s in here that I can use because of Time Leap. The next one is Steam Worker Enta, I believe his name is. His skill is Generation Break 1. When this unit is placed on bind zone from your rearguard, choose up to one of your other units, and it gets plus 5,000 until the end of turn. Pretty good, especially for time leaping combos. And the last one is Mist Geyser Dragon. When your opponent's rearguard is put into his or her deck due to the effect of one of your cards, this unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of turn. This is a rearguard generation break skill. So it's pretty good. Alright, the last little bit of the deck. 8 triggers. Again, the main trigger you would want to run. I'd probably get rid of this one in order for a Heart Thump Worker. However, he's pretty expensive, so... The next up is the 4 heals. And then the 4 draws. From the first Gear Chronicle trial deck, those are the ones that you want. The GZone, you can pretty much run a lot of the Gear Chronicle strides are pretty good. The first up I have are 2 Interdimensional Dragon Chronos Command Revolution. Let's see, Stride Generation Break 2, Counterblast 1. Choose a card, a face-down card named Interdimensional Dragon Chronos Command Revolution from your GZone. Turn it face up. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, you may pay the cost, and if you do, you can pretty much wipe out the whole field except for this and your opponent's Vanguard. However, if you have a face-up Chronos Command in your GZone, you can save 2 of your units. So he's pretty good, especially for wiping the board. Next up is Chronos Command Dragon. His skill is a watered-down version of this. So if this card's attack hits a Vanguard, counter blast 2, so blast 1, retire all of your opponent's units. Next up is 2 Ragnarclocks. I'd probably replace this for Chrono Jet next stage. Anyway, counterblast 1, choose a face-down card named Ragnarclock Dragon, flip it face up, and if you do, until the end of that battle that this thing attacks, your opponent can't call grade 0s from the hand. And then, if there are 2 or more G units face up, this unit gets +1 critical. Fate Rider Dragon, he's especially good when there's a lot of face-up cards in your GZone. 1 Metallica Phoenix, because he sets up a lot of time leap plays. And the last is Fiery Mock Colossus. You can use it to wipe your opponent's board and restrict their guarding capabilities. He's pretty good. And that is it for my Gear Chronicle Time Leap deck.